What is up, peeps? Thank you for tuning in the Banner Bros channel, where we're always taking a look at the latest tips and tricks in the Call of Duty universe. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some advanced pinging and mini-map tips and tricks that you probably have never heard of before. I'm pretty sure there is a tip here that you will get out to improve your gameplay and come to the next level. Now, Killer Fire, this is a video for you. For the mini-map. Alright, well, let's jump right into this, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys do enjoy this kind of content, please remember to like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on. It helps me out a lot. And a special thanks to all my YouTube members who give a little bit extra support my channel. And with that being said, let's jump right into this video. So the first one that we're going to be using is with the heartbeat sensor. And one of the things is, I know a lot of you guys like to use the heartbeat sensor. So this one is for you guys. So before you want to push into a building, let's say you want to push this building, right? And you're using your heartbeat sensor. Ping the building that you want to go beforehand so you know how much that reach your heartbeat sensor has. So the heartbeat sensor has around 50 meters. So what we're going to do is, let's say you want to ping maybe a little over here, maybe inside the building, right? So you would ping this location, and let's say you're coming inside out. So right now, you know there is no reason to use that heartbeat sensor because you know it's not going to reach there. So what you're going to do is you're going to start pushing in, start pushing in, start pushing in, start pushing in. Once you get around this area, you know this is the 50-meter mark. So if you use your heartbeat sensor, you know you'll be pinging up until this point. Again, let's say you want to cover the entire building, so you're going to use that's 70 meters. Now once you come, maybe you can use the first ping to gauge that building. Once you're in the far part, you use your second heartbeat sensor to ping all the way to the back. So just remember to always use your heartbeat sensor and ping it so you know exactly where. Now this goes the other way around. Let's say you are holding down a building, or you are quote unquote camping that building. Now to ping, you can do the same exact thing. So let's say you are camping this building and you just want to know the proximity if there's anybody around you. So let's say once we are here all the way to the top, what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to ping all the way to the back, and now I know all the way to the back that's 72 meters. So let me bring it back maybe once. That's 50 meters. So now I know that if I use my heartbeat sensor like this and ping it, I'm going to be getting a gauge area around this much. So I'm going to be covering this house, but I won't be covering this two houses with my heartbeat sensor. And it's just good. You don't have to have the ping like all the time. It's just a good kind of like gauge an area, you know, the same thing. So let's say I want to ping this area and I want to ping all the way back here. We're going to do the same thing. Ping that up right there. We know we had 50 meters, so we're going to go all the way to the corner here, and we're going to use that ping. Now 50 meters, we know it's going to be almost all the way to the end, but we're going to be basically getting all this little area. So remember to always use your pings and your heartbeat sensor to have a better visual representation of where that heartbeat sensor is actually pinging. Now let's go into one of the things that they actually just added in this update, and you can actually double ping enemies in the map. Now you know that you can double ping an enemy like this if we ping him or if we see him, or you can double ping an enemy like this. But now you can actually open your mini map. Let's say you know there's somebody dropping in, you can ping him fast enough. You can go in the store in the mini map and double ping now in the map for an enemy. So just to be aware of that, because you also have to like remove your enemy pings. That's also something that people don't do, but always remove your enemy ping. So we know he's around this area, we're going to double ping that, and that is something very, very useful to have. And now remember always to pay attention to this little arrows, either to pay attention whether you got the below arrow or the above arrow or the little circle. You can get those when you are pinging on your UAV or when people are shooting. And if you don't know what that means, is if you see the little arrow below, that means he is below you. He's not in your same level. If you see a pure red circle, that means he is in your same level. And if you see an arrow that is above the little circle, that means he is in the floor above you, or he is just in the general vicinity area above you. All right, and that is just a pretty easy thing on how to use that, but just remember to use it accordingly. Also, if you guys don't know, take a look at my coordinate station on the top. When somebody is actively shooting, you can actually see that little red mark you saw by the beginning. They just start flashing. There we go. As you guys can see him again. When that thing is flashing, that means he is actively shooting. After he stops shooting, that ping will stay around that area for a while. But just to be aware that you can go those flashes, that means somebody is shooting at that same exact time. Now let's talk about coordinates. Now that we're in that area, let's talk about coordinates and how to use them properly. And what do I mean how to use them properly? First of all, please use them. There's just people that don't even know how to use them. And I know I've said like there's an enemy east and they're like, what do you mean east? Like what does that mean? And I'm just like, oh my god, people don't use coordinates. People are just like, he's right there. Like what the fuck does right there mean? You know, please, like they're in front of your screen. All you have to do is move your eyes 0.0000001 centimeters up and you will see that. I mean, the compass, it's the easiest thing. But now let's know how to use it correctly. And what do I mean by using it correctly? Let me give you an example here. So let me just go up here and go up in this building. Let's say I'm gonna push this building, right? But let's say nobody in my team knows there's an enemy there. And let's say I am in this exact spot where I am, and I've got a teammate that is right here. He's in the cemetery, right? So he is around this area. Now, somebody's shooting me from this building. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna look at my coordinates, and it says he is southeast. But now be around general south area. Let's just say he's south, right? But now south for me, because we're looking at two different directions. Let's say my friend is looking at me, my south is gonna be different for him, because if he's technically looking this way, if he's looking like that, it's gonna be north for him or northwest. So my south, I can't say enemy south. When I know my enemies, my friends are behind this area, that's gonna be his north. So instead of trying to figure out, okay, so my southwest is his north, this is when you'd use the ping. This is when you say enemy right in front of us here in this ping location, right on my enemy ping. That's where he is. But if you're together, if all your teammates are together, then that's where you can say, you know, we've got enemies northeast, we've got enemies 330, we've got enemies west. That's basically the best way to say it. But just remember, if you're looking at different directions, your north and your south won't always be the same to your teammates. So just always do remember that. All right. Another thing I want to mention is use your pings to gauge the distance. So a lot of times we just open up our mini map where we're like, all right, let's go to this store. But what you want to do is you can actually ping both locations and just use them to gauge distances. That is 86 meters and that is 96 meters, meaning that this one is actually a closer buy station to go through. And that's just something really easy that you can do. That'll save you a little bit of time that I don't see a lot of people using, just to double ping and gauge locations. Another thing you want to do is before dropping in, this is a ping that will take you to the next level, like an 1000 IQ tip. So before you drop in, let's say we're going to get this contract right here, right? We're all going to decide we're going to drop in this contract. What you want to do is drop important contracts around that location. So establish that you're all going to drop this one right here, but have dropped, maybe mark that one and maybe mark this one all the way in Barnyard. Reason being is because if you have a contract marked, but an enemy grabs that contract, it will disappear from your ping. As you can see right now, I can see all three in my screen, but if an enemy picks one of those up, it will disappear. So that will let you know, let's say you drop on this one and then one of your other pings disappears, that'll let you know that there's somebody around this area. You don't have to do this while dropping in, but you can also do this while you're in the area. So let's say we in this area, again, just ping a couple contracts, and once you see them disappear, that means you know there is somebody in that distance that will, around that area, that's basically going to come and get you. They're just in your vicinity. Now let's take a look at advanced mini map looks. All right, I just don't see many people using the mini map. There should be no reason why your friend is, oh my god, I'm 300 meters behind you, I didn't notice you guys left. Like, god damn it, man. Like, I think it's just because a lot of people aren't used to playing like Modern Warfare games or just Call of Duty games in general, or maybe if they did play them, they just don't know how to use it. But minimap is the most important thing you got in your game. I'm in overtime. Let me jump into a new game so I can keep the minimap open. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so let's just go into the final parts of the minimap. So I went into a game with my friends, so I put it in fill just so you guys can kind of see. So minimap is just really important. I cannot stress this enough. I just don't know why people don't use it. You have to use it everywhere. Let's say you're going to be pushing a superstore. You're like, all right, let's push superstore. Always open your minimap quick. Take a look at what your friends are. Are your friends in trouble? How long is he going to take to get there with you? Is he there with you? Where is he aiming at? All these different things. Take a look at in your your screen. I know this guy's 1,300 meters away from me. I know this guy's 800 meters away from me, so he ain't gonna be pushing with me. Just really take into consideration and take a look at all those things. It's just like so many people do not use their minimap. It just baffles my mind. This using your minimap effectively, taking a look at what your friends are, taking a look at where the enemies are, will just take your game sense to the next level. All right, it's just multiplies it by 1,000, and it's just always like that. You always have to open your minimap. It's kind of like if you drive. Let's say, hopefully a lot of people drive. So if you guys drive, you always got to be taking a look at your mirrors, right? Like every 5 seconds or whatever the hell the rule is, right? But you always got to be checking a look at your mirrors, so you always know there's a car behind me, there's a car to the side of me, there's a car to the other side of me. This car's coming up close. He's driving up fast. It's the same exact thing. Think about the minimap in your coordinates as your mirror. You always have to be checking your minimap every 5 seconds. Open it up. All right, he's right there. I take a look at my teammates. All right, he is 1,000 meters out. I take a look at my other teammate. All right, he died in that location. I take a look at this one. You just always have to be looking at it. Now, I don't really have that many advanced tips with it. Like I already mentioned the double pinging and then the map thing, but it's just reinforcing the idea that you really have to be paying attention to your mini map. It's just the most important thing. Again, here I'm also paying attention already. I see I got a guy inside. I got a couple guys in there. So one's on the top here, and he's gonna be climbing up in here. So we're gonna take him out there. He kind of moved in. So we always gotta be paying attention to our mini map. It's just really fucking important. And I just feel that people don't utilize this correctly. So always take a look at your mini map, and believe me, you will go on to the next level. So now, thank everybody for tuning in. I deeply appreciate it. Peace out, everybody. And I'll see you all in the next one. Well, hello there. I see you're still here. And because of that, you're going to get a VIP tour of my brand spanking new website. Here you can check out if I'm streaming, or maybe donate some Benjamins if you want to support me a bit more. Most importantly, you can get your own anti-gulag merch right here. 100% guaranteed that you will not go into the gulag if you wear one of these. And finally, you can check out some of my COD videos and the top point makers on my stream. And now, with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.